All right, now we want to go ahead and check name availability. All right, before we begin with this video, I just want to let you know something really exciting. This video is actually extracted from a course that is completely free of charge on thrivecourses.com, and you can actually check out the link in the description. I'm going to take you straight to the course. It's again free, and it's basically created for people who want to start a business, and they need to know what exactly they need to do step by step in order to set themselves up for success. So instead of random videos throughout YouTube, try to figure out everything, I'm going to walk you through step by step in this course. So if that sparks your interest, go check it out. It's completely free of charge. If not, stay right here and let's go. Or you can go and check out the course after we're done with this video. So let's begin. All right, welcome back. Let's continue making great progress. Hopefully you have decided what name you chose, and we need to move on and check name availability. So when I decided to name my company, I actually had lots of names like Course Wallet and Course Fix and Course something, a lot of different things with courses, because that's the keyword I wanted to have in my domain, because when you have keywords in your domain, it helps you a lot. That's why, again, I'm a big believer if you have, corporate name one and then your domain different, that's totally fine. Maybe you have corporate name that later you realize you cannot find a good domain. That's okay to create a DBA, doing business as, different name, because you can find a domain for it. So what you want to do now, you want to search for your name availability nationally and state. So nationally, you want to check, make sure that no one has trademarked or registered that name, because if you start a business, start working so hard and building, and somebody says, hey, that's my name, I registered the brand, it's protected, it's trademarked, you're in trouble. You have to shut down. Hopefully you don't get any penalties, so you don't want to do that. So you want to check the trademarks, you want to make sure there are no businesses using that name nationally. Then on the state level, you want to go on your state website and check and make sure there are no businesses registered under that name. So you want to do those two things. Next, what you want to do, you want to start looking for a domain. No matter what business you're in, most likely you'll need a domain, right? You cannot exist without some sort of online presence. The biggest mistake that I see when people check for domains, they are set on one domain, and then you can, GoDaddy, whichever website you use, they will say, you can buy this domain for, $10,000. I personally, this is my take on, unless you are like a startup with millions of dollars of money that you have raised, fine, go buy the domain. But I personally talk to people who are like me. They're starting out on their own. They invest in their own hard-earned money. I don't suggest that you buy expensive domain. There's always a way around. You can slightly change the name. Maybe misspell on purpose. For example, app Waze, but it's really what they mean is like ways, different ways to get to certain places. So you can do the same thing. You can be creative. Don't dump so much money into a domain that you're like, oh my God, this is the perfect domain, I'm gonna pay money, and then like 80% of your startup budget is gone into domain. It's like not a good decision. The other thing you wanna do, you wanna check different endings, like .com is the most popular one, but also domains with .com are mostly gone. So it's very hard to find those. I actually remember when I found thrivecourses.com and it said it's available, it's like, what? Like, I couldn't believe the domain was available. I was literally shocked. I was like, okay, did I misspell? I mean, English is my second language, so maybe I misspelled it, but I checked it and it's like, it was available. So I was super excited and I bought the domain. The other thing I suggest is when you look for different names, and if your name is like, you get excited and it's available, buy it. At least for 1 year, it's $10, because you can always cancel, you can always use for something else. But if I see good domains that I could potentially use, I buy them and keep them. And if I decide I'm not gonna use them later, I release them or sell them to somebody else. And again, the last thing I want to talk about is check different extensions, .com, .co, .io. And the recent one that I'm really excited about is .crypto. So for example, I bought Writers.crypto, ThriveCourses.crypto. So I own those domains because cryptocurrency is blowing up, and we might use for certain things that either receiving payments or who knows. I don't know that. It's a new thing, and I want to grab those domains before another writer grabs that domain, or Thrive Courses, somebody just competitor like, oh, I don't want them to have that. So you have to stay up to date, and you want to grab those domains. So again, go check availability, be creative, don't overpay. And I know that Domain is important. It is important, but it's not gonna make or break your business. You can always change later. Many companies have done. For example, there was a company called Zen Payroll. Now they called Gusto, which is, as you know, it's one of my favorite tools to do HR stuff and payroll and things like that. I talk about Gusto a lot. They changed because they realized they do so much more than just payroll. And they created Gusto. And leads again to the earlier points when I'm talking about Zen Payroll. Now they were limited. Zen Payroll, they were too specific. And it aligns with what I've been talking about. You don't want to be too specific. So they created Gusto. I don't even know what Gusto stands for. They probably came up with that because it's one word, short, Gusto. It's super, super easy. Now they can do anything they want, right? Because they are more than just a payroll company. So that actually demonstrates that point that you can change. And also you want to, from the beginning, change pretty broad so you can pivot and change and grow. All right, that's a lot. I just realized that I need to take a deep breath because I've been talking so fast. And why? Because I am so passionate about these topics and I want you to take action. Go ahead, secure that domain, multiple domains, be creative. If you enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe because we bring new videos every single week. And please comment below. Let me know what domain you bought because I would love to see how creative you are. And if I can support you in any way, if you need feedback or suggestions, please comment below. I do my best to answer to all your questions or somebody on my team will jump in and answer your questions. And I'm grateful that you're part of this channel. I appreciate you as always, and I'll see you very, very soon.